Alright. We be watching Space by Incognito Mode, also known as Internet Historian and also known as Story Mode. You know the gist. But yeah, this came out like 6 days ago. And I have not watched it yet, but it has popped up quite a bit. So we're gonna see what this is about, besides space. Because you never know with these videos. Why is it?
Space. What is space? Why do I have to wear a spacesuit? That is so formal. Too cold? Not a problem. I'll just put on a jacket. Why does everyone say you can't go faster than the speed of light? It's super simple. You just go the speed of light, and then you push on the accelerator a little more. Oh no, not the sun. The water will put it out. Hey Alexa, play Who Let the Dogs Out.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't
Alexa,
do that.
play the thing. Alexa, play Who Let the Dog... Ah-ha-ha. Now I will be able to get all the best nudes. Yeah, you
Oh my God.
Your curtains. Ooh, I wonder what's in there. Oh, hey, how you doing, little fella? Oh, I think he's just sleeping.
Oh my God,
Aha.
no.
I knew it was
Don't
fake
remind me
the
they sit a
whole
fucking dog in his
time.
face.
All this and more on this episode of In the...
Space.
Space. What do you know about space?
Everything and nothing.
Not a lot.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning.
Oh.
Not the beginning of the universe.
A lot of my knowledge
the
comes
beginning
from Mass
of
Effect, I
how
will not
people
lie.
thought space was.
Oh, yeah, so the history of space. Okay, yeah.
So we've got flat Earth, right? Now there's going to be a whole bunch of people in the comments that go, oh, actually, they've known
Mr.
that
Know-it-all.
the Earth was round since
At
the
nobody
Greeks.
likes me.
We know, everybody knows. No one thinks you're smart, shut up. But there were plenty of societies that did think that the world was flat. Okay, I saw this in a lecture once, or I overheard it on the bus, or something. But this is how it goes. You've got like this circular flat Earth, right? And then you've got land in the middle. They call this area the Mediterranean, because that's the middle land, right? It's right in the center.
Oh my
And then
God.
past the land, you've got water. Now, all that water is mostly fine, but if you go a little further out, there's a lot more water, like a shitload more water. These disc maps you see are not to scale. It goes way further out. But if you try to traverse them, what will happen is sea monsters, right?
Oh
They'll
my
destroy
God.
your ship. Easy. And you can tell
So
that
it's basically
sea
Sea
monsters
of
are real 'cause
Thieves.
once in a while you get some weird thing that washes up to shore. If somehow you make it past the sea monsters, you encounter mud.
Just mud?
It's flat mud, and it
Just
mixes
mud.
with the land, so you can no longer pass by it in a boat. So you can try to walk across it, but it's basically like quicksand, you just straight into it. But somehow, if you manage to traverse this plain of mud, which is even larger than the ocean itself, it would start to get colder and colder. And eventually that mud becomes frozen, and then it turns to ice, and then it's just cold nothingness for far, far longer than all the oceans. And then eventually you come to a big mountain range. And this mountain range goes right round the Earth. And it is the thing that at the very top holds up the filament, which is the thing that encompasses the stars.
So the mountains go up and then it like holds the star canopy above
It
the
holds
Earth.
up the heavens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Half of the model is there
my
to
God.
dissuade people from trying to find new things, right? Because if you go out on a boat in the ocean, you die. It's the perfect dissuasion. Hey, look, don't bother trying to discover Australia.
That's
if you
pretty
go
much-
out there, you're going to get eaten, then you're going to sink in the mud,
Alright,
then
this is
you're
the
freeze
freaking
to
ice
death,
wall
and then
theory.
there's also nothing out there. And that's what keeps everyone safe and alive.
You tell the same story to your kid in the village to not go out into the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing.
And that, circling around, is why they tell us not to go to Mars, you see. Don't come back.
I do think we'll colonize Mars. Probably not quite in our lifetime.
You reckon? I
yeah.
think we'll land a person there on Mars in 20 years.
20 years. You're a dreamer, internet historian.
A lot of the original impetus for the space race to the moon was out of competition with the Soviet Union, right? Then we beat them and everyone went, nah, can't be bothered. Now we're back
Pretty
at war
much.
with
It's
China.
fucking sad.
So I reckon space race back
It's
on.
not a dick
Otherwise,
measuring
China's gonna
contest.
stick a big flag
It
in it and say,
can't be
actually, you know what,
bothered.
Mars, it's always belonged to China.
Their flag would look better on Mars, just saying.
It'd blend in
What?
too much.
It already looks like a flag for Mars. It's
Oh.
got stars on it and it's red. It's perfect.
That's hard to argue with.
I say give it to 'em. And let's be real, a lot of people are probably going to die colonizing Mars, like, at first. They've got the manpower for it. Everyone will just be fighting
Wow.
over the bit where everyone's landing. It's not like someone will be like, well, I'm going to go over to this part of Mars, and, like, that'll be my part. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay here where the Twinkies and the women arrive.
I think you'd want to sit
I
up
mean,
at the
there's
pole,
Twinkies
because that's where all
and
the
the
ice
women.
is, right? Resources.
I mean, there's the
But
tech problem
also,
with space.
because of the
Yeah.
rotation of the planet and the angle you come in, it's actually
But
more
it's just kinda
difficult to
wild,
land
like,
there as well.
See.
So
1969.
you would have to actually
man finally
essentially
landed on the
approach by
moon.
land. Easier
Now
to
it's
defend.
2022
So you're there
and-
on the ice, you've got all your water, and then
What have we
you're
really
just
done?
picking off anyone who dares to approach one of those
Since-
Mars rovers. The Curiosity rovers, I would presume.
That would be super fun. So you're saying if
Like,
you're
I know
going
we've
to
still
fight for
explored,
Mars,
like,
you'd stay at the top. 'Cause This is mine.
mostly
I like
remotely.
that. Yeah, solid.
Build a big igloo, big ice wall, tell everyone to get the fuck out. It'd be awesome.
I love that. Yeah.
That's what I do. Have a big ass ice wall.
Here's the problem. It's 1960s, NASA, and they can't figure out how to get things into space. It's too far up, you see. How do we get past the filament into the stars? Ordinary things, you're our best scientist. You gotta come up with something that'll get us there. What do you got? Ordinary rocket propulsion, perhaps? Mentos and Coke. What's the big new idea?
So this is what I've got so far.
Oh, for fuck's
right.
sake.
A man kneeling on the ground, praying to get to space. I like it. That's a great idea, Ordinary Things. Let me get you the funding right now.
No, not quite. This is a dog. See, my plan is
No.
Trebuchet.
sort of a trebuchet, yeah.
Let me show you my
What is
idea.
happening?
You've heard of CERN, right?
Yeah, they got the big underground thing.
Yes. So CERN is basically a 25-kilometer ring
International Space Station,
underground
we got
powered
rovers
by
on- yeah.
gigantic
Like, it's just
magnets
super dangerous
that
for
send
people at the moment.
particles in one direction.
Yeah, that's
getting
the
them
thing.
Faster and faster
It's
and
like-
faster, and then they send particles in the other direction, and then eventually they let them collide.
Cool.
Now, what if
That's
you
what I'm saying,
had
it's like-
an extra track
When it stopped being a dick
that
measuring
went
contest,
like this?
it didn't
you got
get
something up to 99%
as
the speed
pushed,
of light,
I guess I
and
wanna
then you
say,
just hit the switch, and
to do
then
more.
capsule goes whoosh, terminal velocity.
Love that. So you're thinking you build up as much momentum as possible on Earth using magnets rather than rockets.
Yep.
Is it the size of atoms in this instance? Or
We're gonna have to build a bigger one.
All right, bigger CERN. Got it. All right, massive CERN.
Well, you just make the hole in the middle bigger.
Oh,
Atom-sized hole, too small. The only problem I can see is that we're sending people through the Earth's atmosphere at almost the speed of light. They will immediately explode. I think the solution is to put a dog in it.
no.
Do you know how funny it would be if it was like a Tuesday and the supervisor was out of the office for the day, and then he kind of came back, I just forgot some of my papers, and he comes in, and the guys at CERN are all gathered around because they're firing grape through CERN at a big cartoonish brick wall.
Oh my god.
Hey, Dave, yeah.
I would love to be at the CERN Christmas party where someone's just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do a shit in the CERN. That's what it's called, the CERN. I would find it very difficult not to get in the CERN machine, I think, if I was there.
You got on that blimp. Do you reckon you can get into CERN?
I reckon I could give it a go.
All right, if there's anyone from
Oh,
CERN
that's so
watching here,
exciting.
Yeah.
my boy needs a ticket and
I'm
one
sorry,
for his
the
lady.
I'll email
internet
them now.
gods are
People are thinking
not
about
with you
space
this
travel
day.
all wrong. They're rubes. Those guys at NASA, I tell you, rubes. They keep trying to send us to space when we
Yeah.
should be sending space to us.
That's not a bad
No.
idea at all. Now,
God
space
dang
elevator, very difficult. You build the thing 1,000 kilometers up, and then the tip of it is actually rotating faster than the base of it by differences in like hundreds of
means super
kilometers an
close
hour.
compared to anything
Tensile
else.
strength,
Yeah.
the whole thing wants to break apart, right?
It's just
Now,
disappointing,
if
you know?
somehow you could make a big anchor. Wait, how do you draw an anchor?
Let me
Here.
live my
It wouldn't
Mass
need to
Effect
be one rope, because one rope is
dream.
not going to stay strong.
2 ropes.
Here's 20 meters of rope, and then a big joint. Here's 20 meters of rope and a big joint. And you
Let
just
me
do
be
that
gay in
all the way
space.
back to Earth.
Love it.
Okay, you'll need like 150,000 kilometers worth of rope. But once you're there,
I love how they're
all
using
of a sudden
paint.
you can just pull things across it, right? What am I
The
missing?
fucking old version too.
There is one thing.
Yes.
I think the moon moves. So what you're going to end up doing is sort of like wrapping the Earth round. That's the one problem. Otherwise, it's flawless.
I've got a solution.
All right.
There's a rail across Earth,
Rail! Oh my god, that's a great idea. That's way better than what I was going to say.
right? And then you've got your hook
No.
in here.
Stop.
It's allowed to
No.
slide through the rail.
So in theory, we could like lasso the moon in.
That's what I'm saying. Let's
Yes.
find
Bring
some
it to
magical
us.
space
Are there any
junk and let's get
minerals on
gay
the
in
moon worth
space.
having? Any resources?
There is a fair amount of helium and also helium-3.
Well, we are running out of helium, so that is convenient.
There's a pretty good amount of water all over the moon too, so that's why, soon there'll be a moon base, and they'll be able to collect most of the minerals that they need.
Soon there'll be a moon base. They've been promising moon base for years. They've been promising moon base for longer than James Cameron's been promising Avatar, and honestly, sick of this shit.
We know what I'm not sick of. Add time. How's this for a
here it is.
scenario? You're with your honey, and you both have regular
Oh my
size
God.
heads, but you have to share a headphone.
Jesus Christ.
The correct answer was to get Raycons. Look, she's with someone new, and she's loving the up to 54 hours of battle life, and she can't stop putting them in her ears. The silky rubber finish is rigged for her pleasure. All right, pub quiz hotshot. It's Black Friday, and it's time to stomp some heads. You gotta win her back by getting her some kind of present. But you don't want to spend too much money, because she might have moved on. What do you do?
Well, I...
Get the Raycons. They're half the price of other premium brands, but still sound pretty
These fucking
good.
ads,
Go to
I swear.
buyraycon.com/incognito to get them. Look, this guy loves them. All right, one further scenario. You're walking down the street, and you see a homeless man, and he asks you for a donation. You've only got one thing on you that's of any value. What do you do?
Oh my god.
Take advantage of the noise reduction?
No!
That's right. You have
No!
earned the good ending. Where you
Stop.
can enjoy the premium sound of Raycons forever.
No.
We've got a computer here too where you can go to buyraycon.com/incognito
Jesus
to get
Christ.
20% off site-wide. Whoa, 30% off holiday bundles. Whoa, this really is heaven. And free shipping to the United States. And over.
Alien box. Oh, here
Say
we
you had
go.
a box and you put it on like a little satellite that you were going to send to an alien
Yeah.
planet. Like, what items would you put in there to represent like human civilization?
Good question. How big's a box?
Let's say it's the size of like a caravan.
Oh, big. Okay, definitely a person then.
Okay, just like a
Like-
dude, like a dead guy, or just.
Kitty has a
They
cold.
can be dead. That's
Aw.
fine.
That's not a bad idea. Like a dead guy who's like kept from oxygen so he doesn't rot.
No.
So they've got like a fully
I'll
preserved.
just keep him in a cardboard box. So,
Just dump it.
yes, so
They don't have the budget for something bigger.
I like the idea that when they just open up the flaps
Poor
of the cardboard
Sane.
box, they ooh.
Oh my god.
I suppose you'd have a man and a woman.
yeah.
A phone.
Oh, I hope it gets
Phone,
better
like
soon
an
too.
iPhone.
I don't want it to get
you wouldn't
worse.
have to give them the latest one because they don't know.
An iPhone 5 with a cracked screen. Alright.
It's not like they're going to start using it.
Exactly, yeah. Fuck it.
I'd probably get rid of just some trash. There's quite a lot of trash around.
And some batteries.
Yeah, because you can't dispose of batteries anywhere.
Yeah.
Bottle of Coke, full bottle. I kind of like the idea that you're... Okay, so when you're a pirate, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm familiar.
And you've buried treasure. Someone finds it 500 years later and they go, wow, this is not just a historical find. I'm going to be rich.
Love that.
I like the idea that they find
Yeah,
a
it
couple
sucks,
human
Phoenix.
corpses,
Hopefully it
but
gets better
also
soon.
half a dozen bottles
Sitting
of
in
Coca-Cola.
good cat
There's gonna be
vibes his
some
way.
rich one who's like, bruh, yeah, I'll pay you 50 billion alien pesos for...
Alien
I think that's the
pesos.
first actually like really good suggestion for the alien box. I mean, fuck Coca-Cola, but it's also a very popular drink and like a good representation of Western
yeah.
society. It's everywhere in the world. Great, and also they might be pleased. They're like, oh, this is a treat, or maybe it'll kill them. But great suggestion.
Thank you. Maybe also
Music, I reckon.
music.
Mozart on a vinyl. Yeah.
Another good one. A handgun?
Yeah, just to show them that we mean business would be good.
Yeah, well, we'll rig it up to a tripwire. Don't touch my stuff. right, you're stuck in space. You're floating around.
Sweet.
Oh my god.
Loving it.
You're in a spacesuit. I come floating up to you. I go, ordinary things. Help. Help. My oxygen tank has been pierced. I'm gonna die.
Ooh. Oh, that sucks for you.
No, that's not what you say. Now, we've got just enough time. Quick, we can both survive, but we're gonna both have to get into the same spacesuit.
I've been
No.
tricked like this before.
So we have to both squeeze in there. The question is, are you taking the front or the back?
No.
I'll take the front, I think. I'd rather be in the driver's seat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I trust you.
I swear, that's just my wallet, I swear.
Oh, shut up. No. Stop.
It's not gay if it's on the moon.
Yeah.
It's not gay if
legitimately,
it's on the
you come
moon.
back to
No.
Earth and
Gay
I'll
in
go,
space. No.
It wasn't. It's the moon. It doesn't count at all.
Doesn't count. No.
Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, they could have done it on the moon.
Yeah.
That wouldn't
Oh,
have been considered gay. And
my
then, I
God.
suppose, like,
we were lovers on the moon. You know, that's different.
someone shut this man up. Right, someone comes to you and says, ordinary things, you may see the universe, but we can't travel faster than the speed of light, so you have to go into the cryopod.
Ah, the old time delay.
Yes, you can go to Alpha Centauri, but it will take 100 years and everyone you know will be dead. Do you do it?
I don't want to just be like launched into the equivalent
It's
of
extra
Mars
gay
in
if it's
Alpha
in space.
Centauri
That's what
and
I'm
just be like,
talking
well, I'm
about.
here and I'm dead. I'm fucked.
No, they don't just drop
Like-
you off. You get to go on like a nice big ship. Maybe there's a nice lady there who's also frozen.
No.
Nice little
Stop.
lady, a nice A-list
Stop.
celeb lady who is inexplicably an astronaut, as in all those movies.
Yeah, and you wake her up
Oh my
early
god,
and-
that
and-
fucking
'cause you
movie
woke up
pissed me
early
off
and
so much. That fucking movie pissed me off.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Whoopsie, but you don't have another choice, so you have to be my friend.
Would you do a Star Trek
Would you want to
episode
be
where
one of
the
the crew that
cryopods
goes
failed?
to Alpha Centauri?
Oh
I
no.
think I would. I think it's worth it to go do something that literally no one else has done before. I'm down.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah.
If you were one of the first people to Alpha Centauri, you'd just have thousands of things named after you forever.
The whole planet. You get the planet.
Yeah.
If you're the first one there, it's like, this is me land, baby.
Yeah.
No government.
It should have been a horror
Money
movie. It fucking
is
was.
banned. And I haven't thought this through.
Like, they
You know,
really
if
tried
you
to
look
sell
at
it as a
place like
romance.
Earth, every creek, every little nook or
I
rock has
cringed
a name
the
to
whole
it.
time
They
I
did
watched
that,
it.
like when people first came to Australia, and I can't help but notice that everything here is named either Murray or or after Batman or
After Batman. Wait.
yeah, you don't know about everything being called Batman here?
No, that's new to me.
There's this guy, his name's like John Batman. And so there's like a Batman River and like a Batman street
You're kidding.
in middle of Melbourne. No.
Oh my god.
Batman. Oh my god.
Someone's
I'm
last
looking him
name
up
was
now.
literally Batman.
Look, in the past, how long did it take for people to get from England to Australia? What was it like?
Oh, like a month.
Yeah, a couple of months.
No one
Yeah.
deserves to
And so
have the
it's
name
like, how long
Batman
does it
and
take to
be
get to
fucking
Mars?
killing and
At
it's
optimal
just
speed,
people.
I think 9 months.
No.
So what you're saying is that we should put
Stop.
all our criminals on Mars.
Hey, it worked once.
Did it though?
How come Australia doesn't get a bit of a pass with a
Can't
lot
wait
of
until Came was
its
forced into
history?
That's a
essentially
fair point.
converted now.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the terrible things that were done to the Aboriginals. But it's like, okay, but have you
John
seen
Batman
the average
is
criminal
John
reoffending
Halo
rate?
of Batman's
What did you
son.
expect?
Yeah, it's not like we sent them our best. It's just- I've never thought about it like that, but that's honestly like a really decent argument for giving Australia a pass. But like,
Yeah, although it means they did all this stuff while they were out on probation.
Photo.
Now, everybody goes, oh, what the heck? Why'd you demote Pluto from planet to dwarf planet?
yes.
And I can't help but agree.
Yeah.
So basically, they had an idea in mind to make Pluto not a planet, and then they changed all the rules to make it fit their space-based agenda.
Celestial identity
Oh
politics
my
have gone too
God.
far. That's what I say.
The
Yeah,
fucking hat,
exactly.
I swear
There's
to
3
God.
rules
I
for a
get
planet. Number 1, it must orbit a star. Okay, very good. We're all on board for that, and that's one of the old rules.
That's fine. I can accept that. Asteroids, not planets. Cool.
Number 2, it must be big enough to have enough gravity to force it into a spherical shape. Agreed. That's a brilliant one.
Fine, I'll accept that. But if we see a cube planet at some point, then I feel like we will need to revisit this rule. But as it stands, fine.
Cube planet,
Yeah, if it was
can you
something as big as
imagine?
Earth, but somehow cube, they'd change the rules
Cube
again.
Earth.
Yeah. Now, the new rule they brought in was it must be big enough that its gravity clears away any other objects of similar size in its orbit.
Bullshit.
That is a very specific rule, just designed to persecute Pluto.
Who came up with this rule?
Persecute
Well, it was
Pluto.
a big committee made up of the
Hashtag save
deep
Pluto.
space state.
No
And
cube planets.
one of the reasons that they essentially made this rule
Yeah,
was
every time I
because,
hear
well,
cube
Pluto
planet,
actually
like my
has
mind
a moon
immediately goes
that's
to the
almost
fucking
same
board.
size as Pluto. So Pluto wouldn't even
It's
just
not
be
a
one
planet,
planet.
it's
It
the
would be like
Borg.
several planets. But also, out in the Oort cloud, there are probably similar sized
Big soy.
planets to Pluto, but hundreds, maybe thousands of them.
I see.
And so actually, even in our own given solar system, there would be thousands of them. So what they're running into is a naming problem. Because, well, we can't teach kids that there are thousands of planets. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, turns out there are thousands of planets, and a lot of them are really boring and far away. Okay, but here's the main 9.
Yeah, here's the big 9. Why don't you just call them the big planets and the small planets and be done with it?
There's also a couple of objects in the Kuiper Belt, I think, that would suddenly qualify as planets. So Ceres would suddenly become a planet.
Ceres? What even is Ceres? Oh, Ceres. Oh, okay. But that's clearly a moon. It looks like a moon.
Well, it's not what it looks like, it's how it acts, isn't it? It's in the
Oh my
orbit
God.
between Mars and Jupiter.
Why don't we just make Ceres a planet
Yes,
instead?
absolutely.
To be honest, I'm just going to show my ignorance to it, but I've never heard of Ceres before. In a way, I feel like you've just made this up to make me look strange. Wait, what's make?
Maki Maki.
Maki Maki.
Make.
Yeah, okay. It's another planet that's just further out.
Oh, I love it. It's cute.
I mean, it's a dwarf planet, but
Why does one of them have boobies?
this one.
What the
There's
fuck?
no need for that. Come on.
Eris? Oh, it's a dwarf planet as well.
I'm learning new things here.
Some
No
people
more
on the
learning. It's
internet,
time for some answers, damn
they
it.
got way too much time on their hands.
Big question time. Ordinary things.
Yeah.
Are there any aliens?
No.
All right. Is the universe infinite?
It's like a bike wheel. Technically, it's infinite, but you just end up where you were in the first place.
That's good enough for me. Is there a god?
Yes, and it's me. Suck my...
There we go. Will we ever find out all of the mysteries of the universe?
What if we already have...
I'll tell you what it is. The real answer is love.
Oh
And
my
that's all you
god.
need.
Space or love, which is bigger? And if
Listen.
you could only have one, what would you have?
Gay space love.
What about
What is that
space
button?
love?
Is that like 0G shagging?
Mass Effect.
Yeah, or where you're on the moon and someone
That was
says
Andromeda,
like,
wasn't it? I think that was Andromeda.
I love you.
it's like kind of non-committal and they don't really hear you on the radio and you go, what? And they go,
Oh, nothing. Over.
What if you're on the moon and then they go into kiss and then they accidentally shatter their space helmets?
like two people vigorously doing cheers.
Yes. Moon love turns to moon tragedy.
It must happen all the time. On
It's
the
gonna
moon,
put a damper on
in the
them moon
future,
orgies.
We'll all have Raycons.
Oh my god, that's really how they're gonna end it. Got it. Oh my god.
But you just...
Okay, that was a good fucking video. I didn't know what to expect except for them to literally just talk about space. But that Andromeda clip. They died doing who they loved. Exactly. Oh my god, that was a good video. Fucking gay space. Now. Please. Oh.